Tonight, when your stomach growls, you'll probably reach for your phone. A few taps, food arrives without you stepping outside. It feels almost too easy. But the real answer to what happens when food disappears is far stranger and far older than any delivery app. For most of human history, there was no fallback plan. No fridge, no grocery store, no emergency stash. When the hunt failed, when the berries were gone, when the rains didn't come, your ancestors faced a question you've likely never had to ask. What do you eat when there is nothing left to eat? The answer isn't what most people expect. Survival didn't depend on finding more meat. It depended on knowing exactly which parts of a dying landscape still held calories and being willing to eat them. Consider bone marrow. When predators finished a kill, they left behind carcasses stripped of muscle but still rich in something most scavengers ignored. Thick, fatty marrow sealed deep inside the bone. Early humans learned to crack that bone open with a single well-placed stone, releasing a meal lions and hyenas had simply walked past. This wasn't hunting. It was reading a carcass other animals had already given up on. Why bother with something so unappetizing? Because marrow is calorie-dense in a way muscle meat isn't. In a famine, fat matters more than protein. A pound of lean meat barely keeps a person alive for a day. A pound of fat can carry someone through weeks. Anthropologist Catherine Milton spent years studying how primates respond when their preferred foods vanish. Her research revealed something counterintuitive. Starvation doesn't make animals desperate generalists, it makes them precise. When fruit disappears, primates shift deliberately towards specific fallback foods: tough leaves, unripe seeds, fibrous roots, foods they normally avoid. The ones that survive aren't the ones that panic. They're the ones flexible enough to switch diets entirely, then switch back. Your ancestors had this same flexibility and pushed it further. Underground roots and tubers may have been one of humanity's most important famine foods. They don't vanish in weeks like fruit. They sit underground, sometimes for years, waiting. But raw, most are barely edible, packed with starch your gut can't break down. This is where fire changes everything. Primatologist Richard Wrangham has spent decades arguing that cooking didn't just make food taste better, it unlocked calories that would otherwise stay hidden. Heat breaks down starch and softens fiber, turning a barely digestible root into something the body can actually use. That single shift may be one of the reasons your ancestors survived environments that should have starved them. Here's the part that should unsettle you. Famine wasn't rare. It was a recurring pressure stretched across thousands of generations. Every single one of your ancestors survived a famine, often more than one. So what did that pressure leave behind in your biology? In 1962, geneticist James Neal proposed the thrifty gene hypothesis. Bodies that stored fat aggressively and held onto it even when food was plentiful had a survival advantage in a world where scarcity was the default. Bodies that burned through energy efficiently simply didn't make it through the lean years as often. If that's true, it explains something strange about modern life. Why does your body crave fat and sugar so intensely, even when starvation isn't on the table? Why is it so easy to overeat the moment food is abundant, and so hard to convince your brain that enough is enough? None of this is a personal failure. It's an old survival strategy, still running inside a world it was never built for. Which brings the story back to you, standing in your kitchen, deciding what to eat tonight. You don't crack bones for marrow. You don't dig through dry soil hoping a root is still there. But the instinct underneath those habits, the pull toward calorie-dense food, the quiet anxiety when the fridge looks empty, never vanished just because the famine did. It's still running quietly in the background, shaped by hundreds of thousands of years where the wrong choice meant starving, and the right one meant surviving long enough to pass that instinct on to you. So tonight, when your stomach growls and you reach for your phone, you're not really choosing between delivery apps. You're running a script written by ancestors who once had nothing left to eat, and somehow, again and again, found a way to eat anyway.